And also, not only was there a report made, but I confirmed with the police station that this case is currently with the FBI.
It's over. We're safe.
The fallout from the EDP documentary continues. So genuine multimillionaire JiDion just came out with a brand new video called My Side EDP documentary. Now, if you saw my EDP445 watch party, you know that there's a segment on JiDion and a girl called Kayla. This girl, Kayla, was a decoy, but her argument is that she felt used by JiDion. And in her own words, JiDion did more damage to her than EDP, which I found to be an extremely interesting take. She also said crazy stuff such as the Illuminati is controlling JiDion. No, I'm not kidding. If you saw the documentary, you know that there's something off about the girl. She also did herself no favors by saying, yeah, I'm an opportunist. She's not really the most reliable source in my humble opinion. I think she's hurting her credibility, and I had no idea this happened. So shout out to this person who let me know via Instagram. And in case you guys don't know, yeah, I have an Instagram. It's legitimately the only social media that I have. So if you want to send me fan art or whatever, I would really appreciate it if you followed me. Link in the description. And with that said, I am genuinely curious on what JiDion, the multimillionaire, has to say. I think this week is going to be EDP week, so strap in. Anyways, let's just get right into this.
Yo, what's good, YouTube, man? So I want to address some claims that have been going on for a while, and I also want to address some claims that were made specifically from Kayla in the new Mike Klum documentary about EDP, and I want to give context and clear up things, but in no way do I want any hate to be sent towards Kayla. Even though there are lies being said about me, I wish nothing but the best for her, and I ask that none of you guys send any hate to her whatsoever at all.
Yeah, for context, the girl Kayla, I believe she was 15 or 16 when she started talking to EDP. I believe she's now 18 or 19.
I feel like I was a victim of EDP, but mainly a victim of JiDion. They collectively never once told me to go straight to law enforcement. I feel like I am a victim of JiDion because he encouraged me to keep talking to a pedophile. They also instructed me to keep messaging EDP, which was incredibly draining. Yes, JiDion was encouraging me to continue messaging him. I wasn't allowed to report anything to the cops until the day of the sting. I just think that he should have told me to block EDP, but he didn't. JiDion on a phone call even told me not to report anything to the police because a private case was being built up behind the scenes. JiDion is a very selfish, greedy, and a scam artist type of person. Now, me personally, am I an opportunist? Yes, I am. But I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
So the claims are that I facilitated a predator to come inside of my Discord channel, which allowed Kayla to be groomed. The other claims is that I forced and pressured her into keep on being in contact with EDP. And the third claim is that I forced and demanded that she not go to the police, even though that she was talking to EDP. So we're going to knock them all out, and I'm going to address everything. So first, let's address the claim that EDP met Kayla from my Discord channel. She was a minor at the time, but now she is 19 years old. So let's address that.
Kayla Hoskins is the victim being referenced in the sting operation, and she's not a decoy. Like Skeeter said, this one is for real.
The dumbest predator catcher on YouTube. I love this thumbnail. I mean, I like JiDion, despite the fact that I made 2 videos calling him out because of his cringy arrest footage. He was acting all pretentious. Yeah, guys, I'm a multimillionaire, yada, yada, yada. I made a video about it. I think people like Skeeter Gene and JiDion, I think if they're putting creeps behind bars and they could make it entertaining, I think it's a win-win for everyone. But I mean, if what the girl is saying is true, is it worth putting a minor in risk? Couldn't you hire or give the phone to someone else that was an adult to pretend to be Kayla? Now, does that undo all the good that JiDion and Skeeter Gene have done? No.
EDP445. Well, she was a huge fan of JiDion, and she was in his Discord server. EDP, after being invited by JiDion to his public server full of children, noticed her profile, found her Instagram connected to it, and messaged her.
Now, the reason why people believe that EDP met her through my Discord is because I was under the impression that's how it happened, and I'm the one who put out the statement that EDP found her through my Discord. When EDP joined my Discord, when he was about to do the interview with us, he didn't join, but he found a girl in my Discord, right? And in her Discord, she has her Instagram. So EDP, being the Rizzler that he is, he slides into her DMs and he initiates contact with her. The reason why I gladly took the blame for EDP meeting her through my Discord, because at the time, I truly believed that's how he found her, and I wanted to take accountability for my role in this occurring. But as it turns out, Kayla herself in the documentary stated that she had already been messaging EDP before I had even ever added him in my own Discord.
My name is Kayla Hoskins, and in June 2023, I received an Instagram DM from EDP445, otherwise known as Bryant. I first replied to EDP because I always reply to anyone who messages me, and I didn't know who he was, but I freaked out because he told me he was, and sooner rather than later he started sending very flirtatious messages. A while later, JiDion added EDP into his Discord filled with kids for a Q&A. And then when I told people like in the server that EDP texted me, JiDion quickly knew about it because his manager told him.
So EDP was added into my Discord server to do an interview on June 21st, and he was banned that same exact day because he never came up to actually do the interview because he wanted to get paid last minute. And even though I had 70,000 people in my live stream, I'm not gonna pay a pedophile to interview him. Either he wants to interview or he doesn't. So I was not about to pay that man.
All right, my nigga, so here's the deal. We ain't doing no goddamn interview until I'm fucking compensated, my nigga.
But yeah, so that's all he said in my Discord, and he was promptly banned that same exact day.
See, this is why people like Kayla lose credibility. First of all, she says one thing, and then she says another thing. You would assume she would know better than to say one thing and then say another, especially on a documentary, you know what I mean? It just doesn't make her look good. This combined with, yeah, I'm an opportunist, I'll do what I have to do. It's like, I'm having a hard time trusting her, even though I wish I didn't. This is someone that was affected by EDP in a way, but her story switches. First, it was like, yeah, he reached out to me, and then it was like, oh no, it was because of JiDion's server. That's how EDP found me. The longer this goes on, the more questions I have, and it's like, why is she switching up? Why is she lying? Why are the stories not adding up? Trust me, I want to believe you, but it's really hard to believe you when you constantly switch back and forth. No, it was this. No, it happened this way. No, he added me. No, I found him. No, it's all over the place. It's so inconsistent, and it's hard to trust someone like that.
On June 23rd, that is the day that Kayla at least went public in my Discord server, telling people in the Discord that EDP was talking to her. She was saying, hey, is this the real EDP account? Because if it is, he just messaged me. Now, I know you guys are saying, JiDion, that says deleted user. How do you know that that's her? Well, we did a lot of digging through the Discord server, and this is some evidence to show that it's her because we have old screenshots and everything. But to fully show you that this deleted user is her, she actually posted a photo of her ID photo on the Discord server saying how much she hated her photo. So yeah, this is for sure her. Keep in mind, she's the only one who alleges that EDP hit her up from my Discord server. Nobody else has ever came out saying that EDP hit them up from my Discord server. So out of the 130,000 people, she was the only one. And she goes public with it 2 days later after we did the interview with EDP. And she's telling the Discord that EDP's talking with her. So one of the members in my Discord said, send a screenshot. And for some reason, Kayla says, I'll send one real zoomed in for you. And she zooms it in only on the sup that he said. And to show that this really is him, when she showed us the messages, as you guys can see, EDP said sup. Now, I am going to be real. I do not 100% know if anything was said before that sup. I am going to go off of her word. She says that EDP hit her up first. But I do find it a little weird that she zoomed in on that sup when someone asked for a screenshot.
Yeah, that's super sus. It's getting a lot harder to believe Kayla and her claims. She already told us 2 lies. I'm making something up here. I hope it's not true, but could it be that Kayla hit up EDP first to try to bait him, and then that's why he just said sup? Because I mean, once again, we don't have any other context, and it's super odd to have a zoomed in message. Would it really be that shocking if it turns out that she lied about this and that she's the one that was going after EDP first, which, don't get it twisted, I still think it's wrong. If she started the messaging and, he responded back knowing that she was, underage. Let me just say this. I think it's extremely suspicious to only send a zoomed in screenshot when you could have sent the full one.
But I do find it a little weird that she zoomed in on that sup when someone asked for a screenshot. Now, when she first went public in my Discord server about talking to EDP, random members in my server were telling her to block him, telling her to get away, report him, and just telling her to just stop being in contact with him because he's a predator. And every time somebody would tell her something about stop communicating with him, she never replied to those comments. She also made these posts in the Discord asking users if she should troll him. And then she also puts in there, should I be a decoy? Should I do a catch a predator? Nobody replied to that message. Now, keep in mind, all these messages that she had posted in my Discord were nearly 2 weeks before I even knew about the situation.
When I told people in the server that EDP texted me, JiDion quickly knew about it because his manager told him.
And also, I have no idea how long they were talking previous to when she put these messages in my Discord server. I just can't confirm that. Now, fast forward on June 28th, so this is 5 days after she first went public in my Discord server saying that she was talking to EDP. She was telling users in my public VC of a Discord of 130,000 people that she was talking to EDP. And this is what the users in that VC told her when she was telling them that she was talking to a predator and that she's underage.
In the text messages, do you state your age?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Clearly and multiple times?
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, that's straight up
It's
wild.
insane.
You can just send this
He
shit to
keeps
the FBI
asking
tip
me-
line if you want.
And again, after all of these people told her that she should stop talking with him and go to law enforcement, she just never responded to them.
I mean, what are you gonna do from here? You're gonna call the police? I guess.
Yeah, but I guess I'm trying to get more evidence though, and then I need to get I don't know.
I hate when people do this. They have evidence, they have proof. They're like, should I make a police report? No, that makes too much sense. Should I send this anonymously to the FBI tip line? Nah, that ain't it. Let me put it up on Twitter. That should take care of it. Do you know the amount of Google Docs that have put people in jail? I'll give you a number. It's between 0 and 0. If EDP or any other creep hits you up, you should report it to the police. You should talk to your parents. I mean, why the fuck is Kayla 15 and engaging with EDP? I'm not going full EDP mode and going to blame the girl. I don't like that. But she's really not doing herself any favors here. She's really hurting her credibility. If you ask me my uncensored thoughts on this, I think she wants to be part of the group. And what I mean by that is she wants to be part of the group with the boys. Yeah, let's catch these predators. I could go viral. This could help me out. And the reason why I'm saying this is because she herself admitted to being an opportunist. Don't you think someone that admitted to that would be like, so if I catch EDP or I'm a victim, I could, I don't know, maybe get my career going? I'm not saying that's how she thought. I'm just saying that's a theory that I have because it just doesn't make any sense. And that, along with the 2 lies that we have so far, along with the screenshot, zoomed in screenshot, by the way, where we don't know if she said anything or sent the message and then unsent it. So it looks like EDP just replied or messaged her directly. Some stuff is just not adding up.
Fast forward to when I found out about this whole situation. When I first got on the call with her, I let her know I didn't feel comfortable with her talking with a predator, with her being underage. So I came up with some clever ideas to where we could switch off and I could take over communication and she wouldn't have to.
That's what I was just saying a few minutes ago. Yeah, that makes perfect sense. Yeah, EDP's texting you. You shouldn't see what he's going to send you, let alone flirt. Pass it over to an adult. That's what I said. That's what I recommended. I wonder how she responded to that. Or was her main goal to take down EDP by herself?
To where we could switch off and I could take over communication and she wouldn't have to. Here's one of those examples that I gave her. Maybe we could say something like, hey, my parents switched providers and I couldn't get my number, so this is my new one. And then it'd be a number that we could text through. And granted, in that call, she did agree that that was a good idea, but she never gave over the communication to me nor Skeeter. Now, I really don't know why she never really wanted to give us over either the information for us to continue talking to him, or even just saying that her number was messed up so we could talk to him on a different number. But when going through her messages in my Discord, I did find this thread of her, and I'm gonna just let you guys hear it. So someone in my Discord rudely tells her that you taking credit for clout chasing a predator. She replies and said, no, I meant like I'm not gonna go to trial after trial to not get credited. He's literally going to jail because of me. I'm saving these streets. Stop. Also, she responded to somebody who rudely told her that all she wanted was clout, and she said, if another YouTuber is gonna make clout off of my situation, so am I. TF, that's wrong to take full credit off of something. You're just too young to realize it.
I hate to say this, and trust me, I do not want to come to this conclusion or for this to be the truth, but yeah, she's just clout chasing. And I hate that I'm saying that about someone that was allegedly, because now it puts everything into perspective. Because this is like, oh, no, she messaged them first, even though I get it, she was underage, and, you know, it's the adult's responsibility to shut that shit down ASAP. I'm completely aware of that. You're actually helping him here. And once again, it seems like you want the clout for whatever reason, for your music career or for your YouTube channel so you could grow it. That's what it's looking like. Unless I'm tripping and I'm taking a massive L by saying this, it just looks wrong. And every second that's passing is hurting her credibility so much.
So that's just to show that this was 100% her saying this. And the crazy thing is this isn't about a clout situation, because it's really a tragic one. This man was talking to who he knew to be a 15-year-old girl, and he continued having sexual conversation, which is absolutely horrible, and EDP should be thrown under the jail cell. And in my first call with her, after I checked up on her to make sure that she was okay, I even let her know that I wanted her to be a ghost in this entire situation. And don't worry about your privacy and everything, Kayla. You're gonna be a ghost in all of this. The only people that I wanted to know that she was personally involved in this and that she had been talking to him is her parents, which I also told them.
Sure, you're aware of, like, you know, everything that's happening.
Yes, my daughter always communicates to me. She's, I think she considers me her best friend.
Oh, that's awesome.
And B, law enforcement. I didn't want anybody else, and nor the world, to know that this minor was talking to EDP. That's why me and Skeeter wanted to take over communication.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think we should, like, I'll be like, yo, could you give us your information? We'll give it right back to you. You could change it. We just don't feel comfortable with conducting the investigation with an actual 15-year-old talking to him.
Yeah, basically. Or if she can get him to, like, text her, and we can set up, like, a text now account.
And well, yeah, just set up a new one, yeah.
And even though I wasn't doing pred catching back then, I even knew that cases like this could take a while. So we had actually made a pact that we weren't going to go public with anything about the EDP case until EDP was arrested. Now I know what you guys are thinking. JiDion, literally in a cupcake costume confronting EDP, and you posted that on your Instagram, so how could you not want anybody to know about it? Only reason why I posted that is because on August 27th, Kayla had texted me saying that the detectives told her that it was okay for her to post a video to talk about the situation, which, looking back on now, I know is pretty weird, and I personally highly doubt that a detective would tell a minor to come out and make a YouTube video about a situation with a predator. But nonetheless, Kayla went public first about this entire situation, not only going public with it, but also dropping the chat logs as well.
Hello, my name is Kayla, and I am unfortunately EDP's victim. I am 16, I'm turning 17, and EDP first started talking to me when I was 15. He messaged me first, and I told him my age, and he didn't block me.
It kind of sounds like, to me, she wanted to be the first person to break it, whether it was for revenue or clout or attention, whatever it was. I don't know, quite frankly, what her intent was. And I agree with JiDion. Why would a detective tell a 15/16-year-old to go public with their EDP story when that could hurt, and it did end up hurting the investigation and the arrest? She definitely jumped the gun big time by coming out before it should have happened.
That is the only reason why me and Skeeter went public with it afterwards, because Everybody already knew that we were involved in the situation, so we let them know, hey, this is what happened. But the plan from the beginning was to make sure that this all goes through and that EDP was arrested. Then we were going to post about it. And to prove that to you guys, here's an IG live that I did the day that we caught EDP that somebody screen recorded, where we didn't let anybody know who we caught. All we said was that we caught somebody big.
Y'all know what we do. We would tell you guys who we just caught, but legally we can't. But it's big. It's big.
And genuinely, I would want her to move past this, man. You know, that's why I didn't want her name to be out there or her name to be associated with this, because bro, nobody wants to be known as the person who got groomed by EDP.
I'm actually curious what the people have to say about this. She didn't realize the internet has all the receipts. She genuinely doesn't know that she's lying on a multi-millionaire, by the way. Cloud chasing at 15 on a PDF file is crazy. It was dead obvious she was lying when she said, I'm an opportunist. Nah, she definitely sent him a lot of explicit messages and she just lied about it. This girl needs to be shamed for trying to ruin your name. So looks like the comment section isn't really a fan of Kayla.
Since she never gave us the logins nor let us do the plan that we had of switching out the communication, I instead thought of the idea of getting an adult decoy, so that way when EDP came to meet, we could have an adult decoy there. Now, I had asked her to send me some photos of her, and she sent me these photos right here. With these photos, we found an actress that looks fairly similar to her. So I just find it weird that she's saying that we were forcing her to keep on talking to EDP when we're jumping through all these different hoops. I mean, if we can find an actress that looks just like her, then why wouldn't we just take over the communication? It just, to me personally, it doesn't make any sense, but again, she might just be misremembering.
I'm sorry to say this, and this does sound kind of mean, but it's because if you replaced her with this actress, you would have taken her quote-unquote job and her opportunity, no pun intended. I think she saw clout, you know what I mean? I hate to say it, because the last thing that I want is to say that about someone. You gotta call it how it is. If it's blue, it's blue. If it's black, it's black. And from everything we've seen so far up to now, it does seem like she wanted to be the one to capture EDP, even though she was 15 years old. And instead of talking to EDP and getting involved with all of this, he should have handed over to the professionals, and she should have just gone back to doing her math homework. And on top of that, you're slandering JiDion. You're spreading lies about him. So I'm glad he's defending himself. He's like, nah. You're not getting away with this one.
Now, I had sent her a photo of the of-age decoy that we would be using, and she sent me this really weird message. I'm gonna read that message for you real quick, and keep in mind, to my knowledge at least, this is the second time she's asked to meet EDP445 in person. Let me read you what she said. She said, quick question. I was wondering why you need a decoy to lure EDP, because, hear me out, if he sees it, he's gonna leave. Meaning if he sees the decoy, he's gonna leave. And if it's actually me, I could get him to do devious things on camera that he won't be able to deny in court, you know? And since I'm really turning 16 on that day, wouldn't it make it more real? Like, I could get him to spill the beans, because I feel like he'll try to trick the decoy. And I let her know cops aren't gonna allow you anywhere near that. I really didn't even know how to respond to that.
That is a crazy fucking message. I mean, I'm not going to repeat myself. I think we all get it by now. We know why she didn't want the decoy. We know why she fucking jumped the gun. And I get it, she was 15, but I mean, she's 18, 19 now, and still says that she feels like she's a victim of JiDion more than EDP. I think she's saying that because the whole thing got botched and it really didn't help her in any way, shape, or form.
Now, me personally, am I an opportunist? Yes, I am. But I don't think there's anything wrong with that, as long as you're not harming anybody. And I don't think I was harming anybody. And especially when you're my age, if you're 16, people are going to think that you're young and dumb. So you kind of have to be an opportunist. You have to make your own opportunities. You cannot be waiting for them. But this entire situation was not that at all.
Now, I do want to give an update. So, Kayla gave me case numbers and detective numbers to call. I called the detective number and it was disconnected. And took me like till 3 years later to finally find out what police station she went to and everything. And she really doesn't have all the updates and everything, but luckily, since I deal with police so much, I kind of figured it out and figured out where to look. And I can confirm that there is a case number associated with the account, meaning that there wasn't a report made. And also, not only was there a report made, but I confirmed with the police station that this case is currently with the FBI. Now, granted, even though it's with the FBI, I don't know if they're still actively investigating it, and I don't know if they'll do anything with all of this, me personally. So while we can all hope and pray that this situation wasn't for nothing, because I mean, at the end of the day, she was still groomed, she is still a victim, and EDP needs to be arrested, I don't know if the FBI is going to do anything with the information. Hopefully, with the popularity of the documentary, plus his admission, hopefully something happens.
So that's actually massive. And, you know, I'm not a religious person, but fuck it, dude. I'll pray here. Praying that the FBI, the US government finally does something useful and they put someone behind bars. Someone that genuinely belongs there. And EDP should have been arrested. And EDP should have been arrested 4 years ago. It didn't happen. Do I want to see him behind bars? Yes. Do I want to see the arrest footage? Absolutely. But if you saw the documentary, or you saw my EDP videos from yesterday and the day before, you know that he is currently dying. He doesn't have much time. He has approximately 12 months, and that's being generous. Even if he's arrested and thrown behind bars, he's not going to face the full extent of the law because he's going to die. Now, once again, I hope he gets arrested and he spends his last few months in jail, because that's what you deserve if you talk to minors. At this point, it's like, who cares? I wish, but you know, it's like a little too late, but you know, I digress. Best case scenario, he spends his last few months in jail.
I feel like I was a victim of EDP, but I think I was mainly a victim. This is gonna sound crazy, but mainly a victim of JiDion.
That's a insane take. That's something crazy to say. When you were sent disgusting pictures as a 15-year-old and JiDion was trying to save you and help you. Now, am I saying that JiDion is a perfect human being? Fuck no. Who is? In my opinion, JiDion has done more good than bad. And it sucks because he actually tried to help this girl out. And for this girl to turn around and spit on his face and kick his balls, so ungrateful. How could you come on here and be like, yeah, you know, I was a victim of EDP, but I feel like JiDion was worse.
This is gonna sound crazy, but mainly a victim of JiDion, in a way. I feel like for a long time I was his like little puppet.
I'm not gonna lie, this part of the documentary actually hurt my feelings the most because, you know, she's pretty much saying that I victimized her more than an actual pedophile. I'm not here to fight what she said. You know, if she truly feels like that, then that's how she feels. I know what I did, though. I know I tried to take over communication. I know I told her to go to the police. I know my Discord told her to go to police. And I know we didn't want her to keep on talking to him. Also, she's been threatening to sue me a lot lately. Like in her video that she made about me recently, she threatened that I would be inside of a lawsuit.
I mean, at this point, what does JiDion even pay you for? Especially you inside. I can't wait to see you all inside a lawsuit next.
And somebody in her comment section said, hey, why are you going to sue JiDion but not EDP? And she replied with, EDP doesn't have any money. Yeah, I mean, I really don't know what else to say about that, man. You know, if that's how she feels, that's how she feels.
I really don't trust this girl, especially with the whole Illuminati shit. And once again, I hate saying that about one of EDP's victims. She's not doing herself any favors. She's lying. She contradicts herself. She switches up the story. She tried to throw JiDion under the bus and then be like, yeah, I'm going to sue him. Why not EDP, the guy that actually tried to hurt you? Oh, because JiDion has money. And on top of that, God knows what she sent EDP. Yeah, I really don't trust this girl. I don't think she's a reliable source. We have to be careful with what she tells us. Yeah, that's all I could say. Yeah, she did drop a video that's like 10 minutes long, but she turned off comments. I guess she was getting a lot of hate. I don't support it. I think she's a young girl and she has a few issues. With that said, thank you for watching. Subscribe to the channel or EDP will appear under your bed. Adios. Until next time.